Something about how to give and take a constructive criticism. Alright, if this sounds like too much of English for you, it simply means, getting a feedback for your work. Basically, you remember when we were in school, primary school, you do assignments, you submit, you get your grades, they will write the correct thing for you, you do the correction, yeah. But like assignments in this sense, it's more of a working environment, it's more of adulthood things, So basically, that's what constructive criticism is all about. So, next slide, please. Thank you. All right. So why as individuals do we look out for constructive criticism or give constructive criticism? Basically, because each and every one of us here on earth, we are not yet our perfect version yet. You would agree with me. I mean, who is perfect here, literally? Please raise your hands. Let me see. Like you feel like the way you are now is just the best way you can be, So we're not our perfect version yet. In everything we are doing, in our work, in our business, in academics, in ministry, in everything we are doing, we are not perfect yet. So we are striving for growth and evolving. And also another reason is because there are things that are best seen by other people. That's the honest truth. If we are going to be looking at ourselves and be gauging ourselves from our own point of view, we want to be very emotional about it. We want to say the truth as it is. So it's best that we get feedback from others. Next slide, please. Thank you, media team. So how do you give constructive criticism? Basically, each and every one of us should be open to giving and taking. That is it. You should be open to giving others. You should be open to receiving from others. So for the giving aspect, how do you give? The best approach is to use what is termed the sandwich method. And this is whereby you put positive feedback first, then in between you insert that critical comment you want to give about their work or whatever it is, and then you end it up or wrap it all up with another positive comment. Now we know that there are some people who are more also, like they just say it as it is, just add like that goes. You get? But that is not how we should be done. In all sincerity, we should correct in love. We should, make it beautiful. We should make it lovely so that, the person who's taking it can also accept it, So the sandwich method, please. I want each and every one of us here to leave this place today with the sandwich method. So you give a positive feedback first. You insert the constructive criticism, the critical comment you're giving. Then you wrap it all up with another positive feedback. I know my time is going, but I really would love to give an example. So as an example, let's say, sorry choir, I think I want to use it as an example. So as an example, let's say somebody in the choir is, led the worship, and it wasn't really going well, this kind of thing. So the first thing is that you commend the person for, showing up at least. Commend the person for being courageous enough to stand up. It's not easy. So you commend the person for that, then you insert the other comment saying, actually you lost the key here, it could have been better if you went up here, and overall you did really well, and I know that you would also get better as a person. So that's a very good example. I hope you get it and everyone gets it. Alright, thank you. Next slide, please. So yes, on the receiving part, how do you take a comment or a feedback? On the receiving part, you take it with love, because as you mentioned earlier, you're not perfect. So if you don't take all these kind of comments, you'll still be stagnant. You won't grow. That's the honest truth. So when others are seeing you and they are seeing this stuff, you know the things to work on. So you should really accept it with love. And if it is an instance whereby the person who gave the comment did not use the sandwich method, just pour it on them. The joke is on them. You take what it is you want to take, and then you move on. You know what you want to apply. All right, next slide. And this, I believe, is my most important point here today. After the sandwich method. All right, so also, aside from receiving with love, I want us to know that any critical comment or feedback we get is not about you. It's not about your identity. It's not even about your worth, So it's also good for us to have this very strong sense of self-esteem, very strong sense of self-identity, very strong sense of self-worth, that regardless of whatever anybody says about you, it doesn't define you. It is just for your growth. It is just for your betterment. I feel like I've used more than 5 minutes, but this time you're saying I have 1 minute more. Anyway, so the feedback isn't a measure of your self-worth or your self-identity, basically. So if each and every one of us wake up with that, I believe that it will be a lot easier for us to accept critical comments. Yes, that's all for this morning. Thank you very much.